Yeah.
Recording has started. So last time the party had decided to go to Dr. Sinful's camp to basically set up peaceful connections with them as they are a larger group and also do some trading, get one of their grunts trained in blacksmithing so they have a blacksmith at their own camp. And in doing so, they find out that their camp is currently currently oh my god, words. Currently having issues with some mysterious creature that the party had decided to, as a favor to the camp in return for goods and services, um, will go and take care of so that the attacks will stop so they don't have to continuously trade medical supplies. Upon arriving at the place specified, the party spent a whole day trying to smoke out this mysterious creature to no avail, only to find out that the creature is in fact a mimic hiding as a treasure chest that had wiped out a group of orcs that were hiding in a cave. They must have thought the treasure chest mimics were just treasure plundered from wherever they raided. Upon entering the cave, they fought several mimics and still have more caves to explore. Uh, that's pretty much it. All right, so I'm gonna get my cave music here. Drippy Caves is what I call it. Drippy Caves. All right.
Spoopy.
Recording seems to be doing fine. Yes. Discord is also doing fine. Yeah, run Frozen Wasteland later. All right. So, let's see. Everyone there. So, Briorg, your EPCO actually just stays active until it dies or until you die.
Yeah.
So, once it's activated, it just stays there. So I will do this. And you should be able to grab both of you because it's just a copy of your token.
Oh yeah.
And Callista and Ragnar. Work, 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 work. So come on over and see what Thrak is up to. Thrak, you're standing at the edge of darkness. The
Huh.
abyss.
Does the edge of darkness stare back?
Yeah, I just had to get my. You see more dead orcs, like normal, yeah. And you start to see, if you all have dark vision, so seeing in the dark's not a problem. You start to see a water source, big old pond that you hear like just moisture in the cavern dripping off the ceiling and splashing in the water, so it makes a loud like bloop each time it drips down. And you see several more dead orcs scattered across here. Just gonna move the camera down a bit. There we go. And okay, you see around like the corner across the little pond, it's another little cavern with a dead orc. Also,
Hmm. How deep is the water?
roll me a perception check.
Oops, my name.
7. Okay, send them down here. Meow.
I'm just gonna take my echo and lift this log into the water to test it.
Okay. So yeah, you have to do an athletics check still.
Yeah.
It uses your own rolls, so. Yeah, with no real effort of the real you, yeah, this thing knocks the big old log there. It's actually like a little pulley system for like pulling stuff out. There's like
Yeah.
there's a counterweight there, but you basically just um, you sever the rope to that. The log just splashes into the pond, and nothing happens in the pond. The actually,
Can I
there.
tell from the log how deep it
Um,
is?
it's like somewhere around 8 to 10 feet deep, maybe.
Alright.
You would drown in it with your heavy armor. You would
Oh yeah.
just sink with your stature, your heavy armor.
fish around with the log, see if there's anything hiding underneath.
I'll let that nat 20 carry over for that. So you swish it around, and I'm gonna roll to see if anything happens. Nothing really happens as you swish around. You do like feel like little bumps and like rocks and junk that's in there. It's like you're banging into that, but like nothing's happening. You're stirring up like the all the residue and the dirt at the bottom, so it's becoming more and more murky now. It's like you're stirring soup basically.
Gross.
Yes, gross soup.
Well, I'm gonna sneak my way around.
What is Callista's stuff? Oh, PS fun stuff. I go on over there. Callista will just stay here by the edge with Ragnar. Ragnar's gonna be like sniffing the water and kind of just like he dips his paw into it, and he like sniffs it. It's like there. Doesn't like the smell of it. And what is Thrak going to do?
He's gonna pick up this body,
Okay.
and he's gonna throw it in the lake.
Okay.
The pond.
Yeah, these are orcs, so be athletic check because they're pretty big guys.
Mm-hmm.
So athletics 12.
Oh boy.
He was a relatively light half orc, like not a full honor. This one was like the half orc runt.
Yes.
Or runt of the litter. Everyone else is like full orc. So you toss him in to like there, I guess.
Eat.
All right. Yeah.
Yep.
Just toss him in there. Sploosh. He sinks down. Bloop, 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 bloop. And roll me a perception check as you do that.
Hiya. Ah.
Thrak, as you throw that body in there, you notice, like with kind of like mixing with the waves after splashing in it, all the ripples. You notice where you threw it, red is now coming out of the water.
Huh.
Although it's too murky now for being stirred up and splashed around that you can't quite see through it. Because everything shades of gray with your dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can't tell that it's red, but like a different color is kind of surfacing with the water. Like something is coming out. And you don't see... Actually, no, with that perception check, I would say you would probably see bits and pieces of stuff that was on the orc. Maybe like, little bits of body parts, little bits of flesh, starting to surface. So anything that on it that could float. So whatever may be down there just ate that orc.
Alright, I'm gonna take my echo and jump into the water to see what's going on.
Okay. So your echo begins to drown.
It's just a shadow.
Yep.
It doesn't drown.
But if it takes damage, it does disappear.
Alright, it's holding its breath.
Okay.
Yes.
Actually, click on the thing for the echo. See if it requires oxygen or not. It might not. I wouldn't.
I don't think it does.
It probably doesn't, but it does have stats to it, so I just want to make sure. Echo, your choice, echoes magical, translucent, gray image of you that lasts until it's destroyed, until you dismiss it. One hit point, immunity to all conditions. It has to make saving throw, bonus. As you. I don't see that requiring oxygen. Especially,
yeah.
I mean, drowning does cause damage, but I don't think it would require oxygen anyway, so it probably wouldn't be affected by drowning. So, yeah, it splashes down there. It submerges underwater. It submerges completely underwater.
I'm gonna start swinging around my axe.
Okay, so roll with disadvantage because you're also underwater.
Yeah.
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 So 12. Would that hit anything? Ooh, you hear like well, you don't hear a clang, but from out of the water you hear like a bump, like something like a thud, basically. Roll damage.
Nah.
Oh my God, Jesus! Right off the bat, just murder. All right, almost max damage on. Jesus Christ! Just bringing on the pain. So hold on here. That. The AC is for the echo. Oh, that definitely hits. That's a 19. So your echo's dead.
Okay.
Okay. I'll just do that until you summon another one.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And
I hit something.
yeah, you hit something.
I say that to everyone.
Okay. That's actually gonna be like, I got a plan. And I'm gonna grab my rope. I'm gonna swing this pole so it's on this side.
Okay.
I'm gonna tie this body to the end of the rope. And I'm gonna go fishing.
Okay, so for that, since
I'll assist.
I'll say just do an athletics check, yeah, with advantage if he's
Okay.
assisting.
Yep.
So 20, yeah, you managed to do that. You're now fishing with this guy.
Yep.
All right, so we're fishing. I'm gonna say since the athletics is to set it
Okay.
up. It'll be
I'm gonna
survival.
set up. Sorry. I'm gonna set up an echo.
Okay.
Right here. And get ready to pounce at whatever comes out of the hole with my echo.
Okay. Just gonna that. I keep saying 18. I don't know why.
Okay, so survival.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright, hold on. What was the symbol I was using for the echo? I just used
Ninja.
Yeah, ninja. There you go. Alright, so 5. Yeah, the orc is probably caught on something now. Like you're switching him around, and you think you got him stuck as the log is like jammed into something. So you might have like, got stuck between a rock.
Here,
Fortunate.
move aside. Let me try.
I'll move aside. I'll go to the edge here to try and assist him
Okay, so survival
to
with.
dislodge.
Well, actually, athletics to get it out of place because it's stuck. So athletics with advantage. So 20. Yeah, you managed to you basically just prop the thing up. The orc comes out of the water. It's missing its legs, but the rest of the body is still attached.
Got it. Okay, we still got a chance.
Yes. Right?
Yeah.
So
Oof.
9, slightly better. Not my much. Yeah. So you splash it down there. You feel something bite on. You got a bite. You got a big bite. Roll athletics.
Pull
try to
up.
Pull it out.
I'll assist.
So 13. Oh, I gotta roll for whatever this is. There's definitely something down there. It's biting. It's biting. That's a 19. You pull it up, and the orc and the tip of the log where you had it attached, is bit off.
Well, there goes my hempen rope.
Yeah.
Some bitch.
Yeah, and we're running out of bait. Callista's like, hold on, Callista's a little bit. Well, actually, no, she's got some strength to her. Never mind. She's dragging this thing by the leg. She's like moving it this way. Oh god. We got some more bait if you need it.
Well, let's give it a try. Somebody else got a rope?
I'll drag the thing over.
Okay. I'll prepare for hoisting.
Maybe.
Even with Callista helping you. Yeah.
Thrak is like, alright. Cracks his knuckles. Ha, chew.
12. I'm gonna roll for that one. Oh my god, this orc is obese.
All right.
All,
We're
All
gonna
three of
chop
us
him
will
up.
drag him.
all right, so all of you can help Threk.
Okay. Advantage.
Yes.
There we go.
19. That's just enough. I rolled a DC 19 for it. He's just a fat
Holy
orc.
crap.
So you managed
That's
to
a
get.
honky orc.
Yeah, he is a big old chunky orc. So he's more like on this part of it now.
Okay.
And where is the? Do I have a rope?
Yeah.
I don't have any more rope.
Yeah. I
Callista's
hand
gonna.
him the rope.
Callista is gonna come over. He's like, "Would you like me to try fishing it out?"
Yeah,
Sure.
I'll hoist it up for you.
Okay.
You say when to hoist, and I'll fucking reef on it.
Okay. She is going to do survival. That's a 23. Because wisdom marks, right?
Perfect.
And
Yes.
I'll assist with the yanking.
I mean,
Okay.
it's a 23 anyway. So yeah, she got a big bite, and she's like, you see her just like dragging her feet in the ground, trying to pull this thing back. So athletics now, as this thing is fighting.
Hiya! There we go.
26. Yeah, that's way higher than that. So basically, you just like a teeter-totter. Yeah, just whap this thing up. You see something splash out of the water and land probably about here against the wall. It's a big-ass treasure chest.
Woo!
Oh wow!
Also, the orc is gone.
Got it.
Yeah, so this
Alright.
big-ass treasure chest comes up, lands on the logs there by the wall.
Hot damn.
Alright.
This treasure chest is like as big as you, Threk, but like more wide rather than tall.
Gotcha.
Like its width is about your height. Big,
Alright,
big
I'm
ass
gonna
chest.
move this here, and I'm gonna step away with my character because I'm not exactly in combat yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna switch places with you, and I'm gonna get ready to. I'm gonna hold an action to grab whatever items inside of it.
Okay, so you're gonna hold a sleight of hand, basically.
Yep.
Whipped it.
Who has
Alright.
the best sleight of hand?
Not me.
Callista.
My dex is shit. If anything, I'll hold my action to like grapple it and like hold it open.
Callista's gonna just like sneak in behind you. It's like, okay, she's like stretching her fingers, cracking her. Each individual finger is stretching her wrist.
We're all just stretching, getting ready for this.
Like, cool, I got this. She's like got the little sandbag ready to like switch spots with it, like Indiana Jones.
Yeah, Thrax ready to hold open that chest.
All right, who wants?
On 3.
First off, who is going to like piss it off?
I will. Because
I'll
got
go-
my thing.
Okay,
I'm going into rage right now.
okay, you're gonna go into rage.
Yes.
All right, and you're gonna hold action to sleight. Or no, Callista's doing that.
Yeah.
All right,
And I'll hold. I'm gonna grapple it to try and hold it open for her.
Okay, so you'll grapple. So actually, just the grappling alone would piss it off.
All right then.
All right, so go into rage, grapple with advantage because strength.
Strong.
20. Oh, I gotta roll for this boy.
My Discord's being weird. Give me a second.
Yeah.
My phone keeps shutting off, and Discord keeps stopping. It usually doesn't do that.
Is it plugged in, your phone?
Yes.
Just in there.
Give me 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Give me a second to see if I can shut down my phone thingy and see if it works.
I see the thing you sent me, Andrew.
Yep.
Oh, it's working. Okay.
All right. So yeah, you managed to, you just like, you go into rage, you just grab this thing from the side, pry it open. Yes, it's a big ass mimic. And Callista is going to sleight of hand it. Ooh, 23. I don't think it can even. Oh, it doesn't even have the stats for that. Yeah, no, it wouldn't be able to dodge it. So, yeah, she grabs whatever is in it. She quickly pockets it. She'll go through it later. You now have a grappled mimic in your hands. This thing is also, well, it's large. You can still grapple it, but it starts flailing around. It's getting violent. Roll initiative.
Take my shot yet? Because I kind of wanted to do that.
Yeah. You already said you were going to do it. Just everyone's doing their shit.
Yeah.
You attacked before or after Thrak grappled it?
Before?
Before? Hold on. So Jasmine is now currently being dissolved a little bit. Like, it got a bite into your axe, and you see damage starting to happen, like acid damage happening to your weapon, because acid damage can do that to non-magical weapons.
It says the chest is as big as Thrak. Am I even tall enough to stick it in its mouth?
It's not tall per se. It's more wider. Like, its width across is as wide as Thrak is tall. So like 8 feet across.
7 feet.
Yeah.
Actually, 8 feet.
Yeah, you're like 8'1", 8'2", or something.
No, I'm 7'10". So.
Okay.
2 inches away from.
Yeah, so Jasmine is currently. It got bit. It got a little bit of acid damage. You managed, like, Thrak managed to pry its face open, so you managed to get your axe out of there. But Jasmine is taking some acid damage. So
since I'm next to the water, I'm just gonna dip my axe into the water real quick.
Actually, no. I just realized you don't have to worry. It's your echo. I forgot your echo is the one doing it.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So basically, it was biting the echo's axe, which is. Don't think you have to worry about that.
No.
All right. Just gonna get everyone's initiative in. I keep forgetting you have the echo, and it doesn't have to worry about stuff. Derp.
I like this class.
You don't have to do shit. Oh, and I should probably roll for the mimic. Hagen. Oh. Well.
It is going first.
Yep, it is grappled. So it can still technically attack, but the only thing it can really attack is Thrak, because Thrak is holding it.
Mirror.
Yes. Unless you have a special ability, grapples don't prevent attacks. Which I kind of don't really agree with. Because, like...
Right?
Yeah, but it's D&D rules.
I know. I mean, I can homebrew rules, but that takes me reworking stuff.
Yeah.
But there is, I think it's like the grappler feat or something. You can stop them from actually doing shit altogether. Where is... There we go. Yeah. And, alright, Mimic's going first. He's going to try to bite Thrak's fingers, because that's really all he can bite. Yes. I'm pretty sure a 10 does not hit Thrak.
Yes, it does.
What?
No, it doesn't.
Okay,
No, it
well,
doesn't.
you take a whole bunch of acid damage, because mimics suck. No. So yeah, as you're like prying this thing open, you feel its trapped jaw trying to like shut, and you're like, oh, no, you don't.
No.
And
You feel its tongue slobber on you.
yeah.
Ew,
All right, Ragnar's turn.
It's tasting you.
Yes. Ragnar is gonna scooch right underneath your legs, Thrak. You're a tall boy.
So he looks like he's on top of you.
Well, that's just the way the tokens are layered. Deal with it. All right, so he's gonna go under your legs and just, because this thing's low to the ground, it's gonna try to bite it. Just a big old sausage fest clusterfuck here in the corner. Bite. I'm more than certain that hits. Yes it is. 8. Since you're technically grappling it, no wait, it's already technically prone. It's flat on the ground. So yeah, it'd be prone anyway. Callista's turn. Alright, she's going to take her new magical spear that she's got and give it a stab right in the mouth hole. There you go. And she's going to punch it.
I didn't specify what I was going to turn into. Shit.
You can do it now before the start of your turn.
Okay.
Does that hit? Yes it does. Alright, so that is 14. Yeah, she stabs it in the mouth and she kicks it into the block, which is the equivalent of its testicles.
Take that.
Yeah,
Right in
and
the block.
yeah, she's not gonna waste her energy. Dragon, your turn.
Alright.
Slowly transform into a beast.
Yeah, I'll turn my tail into a thingy. I'll have a tail.
You'll turn your tail into a thingy?
Yes, I'll have a tail. My tailbone turns into a long 15-foot tail.
Yep, and you have double reach, so because it is a limb, your long limbs.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Specify.
And then I'll attack it with my tail.
All right, so kind of just like fucking. Well, do your attack first.
Okay. Yeah. That's 11.
11. That unfortunately misses.
Damn.
It just missed. So basically, like how the alien from Aliens, their tail is like a big old spiky or big old stabby tendril. Your tail just kind of like swerves around like Ragnar, almost manages to like slap the shit out of this mimic. But Ragnar's everything's kind of a clusterfuck. So you're like, get around here. It's like poke. No, damn it. You have to twist and turn around your companions.
Yeah.
Ragnar's confused why there's like this weird tendril thing swirling around. That's 15 feet of fucking ass tail.
Yes. That's beautiful.
And that's your turn.
That'll be my turn.
Alright.
Yeah.
Briorg.
She make slasher sin with Jasmine.
Okay, 21 definitely hits.
Alright.
8. He's like, haha, you bitter echo. And he slash it in its fleshy mouth.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
Hold on.
Wait, doesn't, where is it?
I'm not gonna use my incarnations.
Yeah, no, that's a resource thing. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your turn. Mimic's turn. It doesn't like what's happening. It is going to try.
Quick question.
What?
What's the damage on the boomerang? Because right now it says its damage is 1.
What? That is not accurate at all. Reorg. Hold on here. I shall fix it. It's supposed to be 1d6. I don't know why it's fucking up. There you go. Wait, no. It is a thrown weapon. That attack could be... Okay, yeah, I saw the +1. I was like, wait, no, that's... What? Alright, last one. Why is the magic damage not in there? Stop messing around with it.
It was like that when I didn't even touch it.
Liar. Anyway, the mimic is going to try to bite things. Probably thrack. Bite. Oh my god, this mimic is just like being pinned down and whipped to death. Yeah, that's another 10. This poor boy.
No.
It's like can't get at you. Its tongue is flailing around. You're slapping it back with your tail. Get away.
Stop that.
No. All right, Ragnar's going to try to bud. Never mind. Well, okay, that's not bad. Ragnar tries to like bite the teeth, but like bites onto the wood, and you just see him like a dog gnawing on a piece of wood. And that's all he's got. Callista's like, Ragnar, stop! That thing's dangerous. You don't bite that.
Must bite, chomp.
There. She's flanking. No. We'll kick it. There you go. Oh my god, that's max damage on a kick.
Nice.
Yeah, she kicks it like where Ragnar's trying to bite it, just gnawing on it like a puppy. She kicks it in that spot and managed to splinter some of this wood off. She kicked it in the wood.
Take that.
Yeah, Thrak, it's your turn. You still have this thing grappled. It's not trying to break free because everyone is here and it can't move. So
yeah,
it's just gonna.
I'll just
go and bite.
I'll just lash it with my tail. Wah.
17 hits.
Sweet. So that
Plus rage.
plus 2.
So Revan.
Yeah.
Yeah, managed to bitch slap this thing's tongue back into its mouth. You know, like when you swallow your tongue a little bit and kind of choke on it. It does that noise that makes a gurgling, gagging.
Perfect.
And that's your turn.
That's my turn.
Okay, Bjorg, it's your turn.
Yeah, just slash it.
Slash it. Slash it. 12. You managed to just barely pierce the wood.
Destroy it.
It's like you just like everything's so clustered, you just barely hit it. But when you hit it, it's just like, okay, fuck this thing. You just start cutting it down, chopping its wood.
He went with the grain.
Yeah. Oh no, he went with the grain. Oh, is that your turn?
Yes.
All right, this mimic doesn't like what's happening to it. It's sad. I feel bad for it. And it got a 7 to attack. Oh my god.
Ooh.
This poor
boy.
thing. This poor mimic is so sad. Oh. Wow. Ragnar just like, he's like being a dumb dog just chewing on things, but he's not really biting it properly.
Eh.
It seems he knows that this thing is not that big of a threat.
So far.
Yeah, so far, it's like, Ragnar, just take it seriously and kill it. Stabbing it for 12 damage. Jesus Christ, Callista. She's been hitting for over 10 on almost everything. Alright, and she's gonna... She gives it a big old piercing stab with her magic spear, and she's gonna kick it really fucking hard. Basically, you know when like you kick in a door, and like, you see how like the wood goes in and comes out the other side?
Yeah.
She basically kicks in like the bottom frame of it. You see it, the wood chunks pierce into its fleshy innards, and then come out the other side as she finishes this thing off.
Good.
Just kicks the door down.
Jack will now release the big chest.
Yeah.
Know your place.
Yeah, no, you just see Callista kicking it previously. Know your place, trash. Picks her spear out.
Yeah.
Flicks it off. Mm-hmm. All right, so Callista looks. Oh, actually, hold on. I'm gonna give you the EXP. Everyone gets 175.
Sweet.
Gehagen.
Times 7 years.
I think it's like 2037. Everyone should have.
Yep. 2037.
2037. I'll be old then. All right.
So that.
So she pulls out what she picked out of this thing's mouth. It was a very small object. But with her fucking 23, she managed to swipe that thing. It looks like a ring, and she's going to try to see if she's smart enough to know what it does.
I don't think there's any way in hell Thrak would know.
I mean, anyone who wants to, she's like looking at this magical ring, but she has no idea what it does. Bjorg, it's probably cursed.
4.
4. You have no idea, but Callista puts it on because it's pretty, and she swiped it, so she puts it on, and well, Actually, I need to know if that's even attunement. Gehagen. Where is it? Da. I need to use something as a basis for this, because I thought this was a vanilla ring. No, that is not a good idea. Oh, this one's a good idea. Okay, so it would probably take attunement. Puts it on. Nothing happens. She doesn't explode or anything. So yeah, that was a big ass mimic that a man accomplished nothing. So what should we do with these bodies?
Loot them?
I mean, you were told to bring one back to the camp so he can like understand how they function.
Mm-hmm.
So you can create like basically like some medicine that can protect against like
I meant the
skin coat.
orcs.
Yeah. Oh, I meant the mimics.
Oh.
Because you have three other mimics.
I'm gonna take the biggest one to show them
Okay.
how dangerous they were.
Yeah, so
Not very.
you have a wagon, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah,
Yeah.
you just slap that thing on the wagon.
Yeah.
So the other three little mimics, basically, you each have one to yourself to carve for parts.
Carve them up.
Murder.
Why do I always get low on that?
I mean, I do too. Never mind.
You were saying?
Never mind. I take it back.
Yeah, Thrak, you managed to squeeze out like some of the acid that was congealing in its like mouth. The like potion vials that you've used, you managed to get like you've used a few potion vials, so you managed to get a few vials of that. It doesn't seem to destroy the glass, so I mean, potion vials are meant to be a little more resilient to the concoctions put into it.
So I got 3 mimic acid.
Yeah, you got 3 vials of mimic acid, and hold on, you got 5 of its teeth as well.
Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, Reorg. You saw what happened to Echo version of Jasmine, and you don't want like you're trying to like rip this thing apart, and you don't want your equipment to like dissolve in the acid, so you kind of don't really carve anything out of it without risking your equipment.
Can I use my echo to do it?
Even with that, like you're not getting it out of her. Callista. Yeah, Callista's saying she's like, I don't want my new spear to get hurt, so she just kicks it again and goes on. What else do you want to do before leaving? Or do you want to continue exploring?
Loot the orcs and then explore the cave.
Okay, so there's only 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one in the tent. Actually, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 in the tent, so 6. And there is one across the water there. Do you want to risk getting the one that's across the water? That's like right there.
Is this the end of the cave?
Yeah.
Can I just walk around?
No, right. Basically, it's like, no, not hide. I said reveal, you bastard. Basically, it's like that. Yeah. So you wouldn't be able to walk around. But down here seems to be like shallows that you can walk out of the water to. It's just water is.
I'm gonna take my shadow, jump it into the water, and then tie one end of hand one end of the rope to it.
Okay.
And have it tie the body to the rope. and I'm gonna pull it out.
Okay, roll athletics. 23. Yeah, you managed to just yank that thing right on over.
And it's gonna explore this little pocket here.
It's just a pocket, like there's nothing else in there. Okay, so you're gonna loot the orcs. There are orcs in like the tents as well. Let's reveal them like that up top there. A whole bunch of extra orcs.
After looting, I want to check inside the tents, see if some greedy orc buried something in a tent or something.
Okay, so roll investigation on the remaining orc bodies. Pull you up.
Yeah, decent investigation roll.
Thrak, what are you doing? Thrak? Go ahead.
I really don't know.
I mean, you want to loot these dead orc bodies?
I don't really care about them.
You don't care?
Thrax should just probably wait.
Go ahead.
Huh?
No, go ahead. I interrupted you.
I know. I mean, they're just orcs that died.
Yeah, I mean, they have stuff.
Do they, though? Do they?
I mean, what are the mimics going to do with their stuff? Use it?
Fair point. You know what? I'm going to look for cooking utensils and shit like that.
Okay, roll investigation as well.
Hi, chew.
They mostly have been roasting things over a fire pit.
I'm going to kick the fire pit out of frustration.
Okay. What do they have on them? In the tents, there are like barrels and containers that have like water and a little bit of rations in it. Let's see. The remaining camera. Boop. Briorg, you managed to find 4 fucking rations that they had here, some dried meats. And on the bodies, here we go. For the bodies, you managed to like scrounge a couple of javelins, some hide armors that aren't completely destroyed, but probably need a bit of work. But you do find that they each have an emblem of a green boar.
2 hide armor?
Yeah, 2 javelins and 2 hide armors is what you managed to scrounge up from them. They did get killed by, acid CPOing mimics, so, a lot of their equipment.
Yeah, and 2, sorry, what? 2 what?
Javelins.
Green what?
Here, I'll just write it down. So 2 javelins.
Oh, I got the javelins, the armor. I just need the 2 green orb things.
Green boar emblems. Not emblems, emblems. And you find one on each of their bodies. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's find 7. Wait, that's how 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still 7. Yeah, I see the 7 one there. Never mind. I can't count. Yeah, 7 green boar emblems.
Want to take this water with us so we don't have to boil some?
Sure.
Actually, that water is pretty stale, probably too. Oh no, it probably leads to the river, right?
Most likely it does have probably some connection, but when you were stirring it around, the water in the pond was super murky. But they also had their own supply of water barrels that were clean.
Yeah.
So
let's take the water with us in the.
Yeah, the water barrels are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll leave that to Thrak.
See, you managed.
All right, I'll take it.
You managed to scrounge up 2 barrels of water. And is that everything that you wanted to do?
Yeah.
Right, so the big mimic, whatever scrounged up equipment that you managed to find.
Can we take apart the tents and use them in our cave?
Absolutely.
Sweet.
Alright.
Pretty easy to dismantle. They're pretty basic.
Yeah.
But however, they're held together by like bones of like elephants and boars. Like their tusks are like the framework for the tents that holds them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so yeah, you got some cool tribal tents now. Also,
There's one last thing.
There's also lots of hay too. Like have for no, you have carnivore animals. Never mind.
Yeah. There's one more thing I want to do.
Mhm.
I want to investigate these rocks down here.
Okay, roll me a investigation.
Alright.
Investor, my guy.
Yeah.
15?
Aha!
Yeah, that's 215s, not bad. Yeah, you just kick the rocks over and there's nothing in them.
Alright, yeah. We'll grab all the tents, like this stuff down here as well. Yeah.
So, yeah, you got several tribal tents. All right, and I take it that is all. You're leaving.
Yeah.
Dave?
Yeah.
Okay. Dehugen.
Boing.
Over here. Okay. So we're about there. Switching my side over here too. Okay. So you God, what time was it? Yeah, you spent the whole day, so this is probably early in the following day. Because you spent like all day through the night trying to like smoke it out originally, to no avail.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say it's like, well, traveling for a few hours to get back to camp. Yeah, you managed to get back to camp, no issue. Got a whole bunch of spoils that you found. So back to camp, the guards at the front, they see you. They let you go in. They remember you. They checked you already, and they know that you're on a job for them, so they let you in back to see the doctor. And you are now inside the camp. What do you want to do first?
I'll go see the doctor.
Okay. What does Briork want to do? Same thing or his own thing?
I want to see what they have to trade. So I got my alcohol still, right?
You originally traded that there in for you're trading
services for the training blacksmith.
Yeah, that's basically to like pay for training for your own blacksmith.
Alright. Do I have barrels?
Empty
barrels?
No, because you traded in like the barrels that you had.
Yeah, but barrels of water.
You do have the barrels of water, which you can transfer into alcohol, but that's like it would take time.
Yeah. I'll empty one and start doing that while I'm waiting.
Okay, so it will take quite some time because the barrels do hold a lot, and you have. I think it's just a flask, so it would take you probably an hour or two to do the whole thing, maybe longer.
Yeah,
you're going like
put like a tarp over myself.
You set up you set up like your own little services there. You're making the alcohol. But we'll do Thrak here first. Callista goes with you to help you offload. So you go see Doc.
Yeah.
No, Callista's going with Thrak.
No. I went to our tent. We were set up in a tent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're basically setting up like your little brewery thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, Thrak. So you head back to Dr. Sinful's camp, or his tent, his main tent, and you see a lot of the people have been treated. He seems to be like finally being able to take a breather.
Mm-hmm.
And he sees you guys come up. He was just like leaning back on a chair, just like, oh my god, finally done. And then he opens his eyes and looks at you walking in. He's like, oh, you're back. Oh God. How long has it been? I kind of spaced out.
I'm like, it's been about a day and a half.
Holy crap. Oh, I'm really out of it just dealing with all these patients at once. Did you find out and take care of whatever was causing the attacks?
We sure did. Care to come take a look at what it was?
Well, I mean, that's what I asked you to do, bring it back. So what is it? He's like looking at your wagon. He's like, okay, what is it?
Point to the chest. That thing.
The treasure chest?
And then I'm gonna jump on the wagon and I'm gonna fling open the top half. I'm like, mimic.
Yeah. You open this thing up and it's like its maw opens up with all of its teeth. Its tongue kind of just goes outwards.
Mhm.
And a few people walk by and they're like, oh my God, what the fuck is that? And you just see the doctor kind of just like stroking his chin through his mask. And he's like, interesting. He like looks, oh yeah, that's acid. Oh my God. You smell like the chemical stench of the acid. He's like, well, guess I could probably make an ointment or something to help with the skin injuries. Can you help me bring this into my tent? I don't think I can lift this thing. It's huge.
I do as he says.
Okay, so athletics. Athletics with advantage. He's gonna help you.
Achoo.
14. Just roll to see, because you're just like, okay, that was surprisingly easy. When you first lifted it, you kind of were like still burning off a bit of the rage, so you managed to just like chuck that thing in there. It wasn't really an issue, but now you've calmed down a bit. Oddly enough, wasn't all that heavy.
Fascinating.
Yeah, you man. And I rolled a 1 for the DC, so it was super fucking light somehow. Maybe you're just getting stronger. All this physical work you're doing. Strong. Yeah, he brings in. He's like, well, this will take me some time to analyze, see how it works. And who the fuck is messaging me? What? Who? What?
Where?
And
Oh, fucking nonsense, spamming me. It's like, yeah, well, let's see. Yeah, so, now that things have calmed down, since there's no more attacks, since you were kind of on the location, and no one else was going there, the attacks stopped for the last, like, day, and he's managed to catch up with, like, the injuries. People are just recovering now everywhere. So he's actually had his people prepare, like, a big old feast. It's actually quite classy too, just surprisingly for like this region of the world.
Fascinating.
Yeah, it's like this big old outdoor banquet type of thing. Where is? Well, with the alcohol that's been provided so far, everyone's kind of drinking and having fun.
Chug-a-lug, chug-a-lug.
Tavern tunes. There we go. So yeah, as a payment for bringing back the creature, stopping the attacks, and all that, you are each rewarded with 3 healing potions, and you have full access to all the facilities here at camp.
Sweet.
Yeah. You still have to trade and all that because it's a give and take, but you have full access to like anything you need to have done, medical services, training for your grunts, all that's all available for you. Just gotta say when, and they'll send your guy over, and they'll train him, and there you go.
Sweet.
Nice.
Right, and so yeah, everyone gets that 3 healing potions.
I have a lot of healing potions.
Well, that's
Do
actually
you have one for? Huh?
that's kind of the point, though. None of you are healers.
Yeah.
You're all just physical fighter type of guys. So you're gonna blast.
Do you have one for? We need like a backpack for our wolf friend.
So the way animal companions work is they are your expense.
Yeah.
You have like
I don't know.
having a companion, an animal companion, you have to pay for their needs. So whatever things you want for them, he can't use an item in a backpack. He can't reach it if it's on his back. he can't use
I don't
money. If he gets money, he can't use money in a shop because he's an animal.
I know, but he can carry his own potions.
Yeah, like
all the same.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We
Yeah.
need to get him a backpack.
You could probably see if you can get like they do tend to have like animal companions here in the camp, but it's mostly like birds.
Let's get doggy saddlebags.
Doggy saddlebags. I mean, you could probably ask someone to make them for you here in camp. You do have full access to the services.
Whatever you gonna trade for, I'm making alcohol, so. Gonna trade this after the party when the alcohol is gone.
There you go. I'll start seeing if we can trade some of the mimic teeth for doggy saddlebag.
They could probably make some projectile weaponry like ammo, like for bows, crossbows, maybe even like bullet tips, because they do have special properties to them. So acid shots, acid rounds.
Huh.
Oh.
I can't use those.
Yeah. How many?
I know, but the people in the base could.
Yeah, like that's what you'd be trading them for stuff. How many did I give you for the mimic teeth?
5.
5? Yeah, 5 mimic teeth. You could go do an investigation, see if there's anyone that's willing to trade for that item specifically.
Hiya.
4. Hold on. Yeah. They seem to be pretty well stocked with ammo and guns. So
Fair enough.
there's no like no one around that really wants to like trade for that. But what else do you have?
Vials of mimic acid.
Vials of mimic acid. I would say there's probably someone that could use the acid itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because potions and alchemy, they do have a lot going on with that. So the vials of acid would be useful to someone. You want a doggy saddlebags?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you want them? Like what style, what make, material?
I want Harley Davidson.
Okay.
With black leather.
Okay.
And one on each side. Now he's got bodacious hips.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to get someone. They'll have it made by the morning.
Yeah.
If
but
they're not still drunk.
Yeah. Well, the person making them is he's working on that rather than drinking. He'll drink later once he's done. But yeah, for 1 vial of acid, he'll make that.
Sweet.
Yeah, he'll make it designed for a wolf, so it's not ridiculously bulky and heavy, so he can move around just fine. So it equates to him having a backpack now.
Yep.
But the thing is, you will have to use his items on him. Right? So whoever wants to keep track of Ragnar's items, just write that in your character sheet.
Can do.
I'd imagine it'd be Thrax since he's on commissioning this. Right? So you see, like, as you do the trade, you see, like, the guy just, like, kind of doing measurements on Ragnar. Ragnar is slightly confused as to what's going on. He may be smart and understand human speak, but, like, getting outfits and equipment tailored for him is a new thing. He has no idea what's going on. He's, like, looking around, like, why are you measuring my sides? Why are you measuring my back? Bark?
Bark.
Yeah. And, yeah, it only costs you 1 vial of acid.
Sweet.
Let's see here. Yeah, after like a few hours go by, you manage to get a nice bit of that barrel turned into bourbon, I believe it is, with the flask. And yeah, you have just individual like bottles of alcohol set up right now. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, I would say you got like maybe half the barrel down.
I'm gonna keep going while they're partying because
Okay.
I want to trade these for the next day when they're out of alcohol.
Okay, yeah, you'll definitely have one full barrel's worth of the alcohol because you do have to sleep at some point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, they make
I
you.
just grabbed some food. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
That's
they
it.
have a big old banquet set up now that things are a little more calm. The dinner for tonight is very savory T-bone steaks, a Greek salad with blue cheese, a red Pinot wine, and everything's like all set up in like these long, like well-decorated tables for outdoors. And yeah, it's like this classy little outdoor banquet that they set up for you. It was set up for the
I'll
whole
be
camp.
drinking some of that wine.
Yeah, you got like a fancy wine. If you need basic supplies, you can trade the items you have for it. So basically the basic item list. If you need something from that and you have stuff you want to trade for it, you can just do it that way instead of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they can produce craft pretty much the entire basic good stuff.
Does anyone know what this thing is?
What
I hold it up to the crowd.
What?
The green boar emblem.
Dr. Sinful actually comes along and takes a look at it. You have like 7 of them, kind of just like you have like a pie. They're like little circle emblems with a symbol of a green boar on it, and you're kind of like holding them like cards, but they look like pogs basically. So he's got like a handful of pogs, and he's looking at that. That where did you find members of the Green Boar tribe?
Where we found these mimics, there was a bunch of them dead in a cave, just right beside your village.
He's like,
Or
he's like
encampment.
pondering on that. So Green Boar was trying to scout us out. He might have been trying to take over. Those mimics might have actually done us a favor. But if Green Boar's down this far south, looks like he's trying to gather more territory. He mentions War Chief Green Boar is a orc tribe leader. He, in this region, he's kind of the big threat before going out into the deeper parts of the wasteland. If he attacked us with full force, well, we might have been able to handle it with our numbers, but with all the injured, we might not have. Damn, he was scouting us out.
Well, it looked like you didn't send any of the smart people to scout you guys out, because they brought the mimic chests inside, and the mimics are what ate them.
Well, they are orcs. They're probably raiding and saw treasure chests and thought it was loot. Once the mimics came back to the caves, well, people just started dying. Just like our people.
Yeah. Don't trust a random treasure chest lying around, okay?
Yeah, I know. But my concern is, what if that was just a scouting party stationed there and they had people going back to the base, to their camp?
Yeah, they might want to.
They might be planning. Well, we can't move all of our injured right now. We have more injured than able-bodied at the moment. But he looks to all of you. Would I be asking too much if we're in trouble, could we call on you for aid? It would be a mutual thing, obviously.
Sure, I see no issue in that.
Okay.
Rior just stays silent. He's not the leader.
I mean, you can speak for yourself, really.
Yeah.
Callista's like, well, if they are attacking first, then yeah. But, if they're scouting you out, maybe someone, you guys, or maybe even our own, could scout them out just to see what we're up against.
That would be wise.
Yeah, not go full on, let's go attack them now like idiots. If they're scoping out a large group of people, then they might be an issue for us.
So I have traps around your base just in case too.
Well, I
Like,
mean, we have, let's see, 5 sentry towers, each with 3 people with guns, so they got about 15 people covering all angles, up in high 30-foot tall, like, sentry towers with guns, rifles,
Yeah.
so if anyone comes around, they're getting shot if they pose a threat. They also have walls, they also have, well, not as many as they had that are currently able-bodied, but they have quite a number of people still armed.
Mhm.
From what I hear, orc tribes usually incorporate ogres. And that would be an issue. Our walls wouldn't stand a chance.
I'd suggest building a trench.
Hmm. Well, we could have one
I'm
started.
gonna look for somebody to trade with. I want to see if their blacksmith has any hunting traps lying around. And I can trade with javelin.
Javelin probably wouldn't be as equal value to hunting traps. The javelins are just sharpened pieces of wood.
Okay. Are
hunting trap
guards
is
in base wearing armor? I was gonna bring those armors back for them.
the stuff that they have is more suited for them than the hide armors that you found.
Alright. I'll offer the hide armors and the javelins to hunting trap.
I mean, they could probably break down the stuff and use it for something else. Maybe just patching up their current armors.
Yeah.
Let's see. The value of a hunting trap is... Where is it? Basic items. There we go. Hunting trap is... Hunting trap. Where the fuck is it? Hunting trap. They're about 5 gold. And I said hide armor, so yeah, you can get about 4 hunting traps for the for both armors.
Right.
Like each armor is like, well, it's damaged, so maybe probably about 3 because they're basically gonna like take it apart to use as like just material to patch up their own armors. So you can probably get 3 hunting traps, I'd say.
Thrax's gonna requisition a hand axe.
Okay.
Made out of the mimic teeth.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it'll be 4 on the blade and the 1 at the butt end of it,
okay.
all reinforced with whatever metal they got.
Okay.
I was gonna draw a sketch, but I can't find my pencil.
I have a good visualization of how that would be. First off, the hunting traps for Uberog, they're 25 pounds each, by the way.
Yeah.
So that's 75 pounds of trap.
Yeah. I know.
75 pounds of trap.
Yeah, nasty.
They give you a trap. So the hand axe. Since you would be using the mimic teeth itself as the material, you'd still need to trade something for service.
Yep, the acid. I still got.
Oh yeah, I'd say for that, since you're making a unique item, because they would have to like use a more resilient material that won't get destroyed by the acid of the mimic teeth, because they also produce acid. So you have the 2 vials of acid. You provide the mimic teeth, and by morning they'll have it crafted for you.
Sweet.
Yeah. Let's see here. What does Callista want to do?
Alright, with that, I'll be back. I go to the bathroom real quick.
Callista really doesn't need anything.
I'll be right back to you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Just a minute.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what she's gonna do. She's gonna trade in one of her silver ingots that she got. So And she is going to get her ring appraised. So I'm just going to pause recording real quick. Alright, so during the evening, they're going to give you, like, let you stay here the night to rest and recover. A big old feast. Callista's avoiding the meat. Throughout the night, later on in the night, you see Callista talking with Ragnar. And Ragnar responding. But, like, he's responding in, wolf speak.
In Borks.
Yes, and Callista's essentially doing the same thing somehow.
Fast.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna ask her?
I'm gonna listen in for a bit more and then probably interrupt and be like, so you can talk to Ragnar?
I was like, oh, hold on, Ragnar. Yeah, I can now.
Huh.
Yeah, so this ring, I got it appraised. And, it lets me speak with animals.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. It's once a day. Lasts 10 minutes. And, yeah. Allows her to gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. The knowledge and awareness of many beasts is limited by their intelligence, Ragnar being pretty smart. But at minimum, beasts can give you information about nearby locations and monsters, including whatever they can perceive or have perceived within the past day. Might be able to persuade a beast to perform a small favor for you at the DM's discretion. So she has access to speak with animals spell, but once a day ring. So now she can just talk with Ragnar for a little bit.
Perfect.
And she could talk to all the animals at the base.
Go ahead. Continue your conversation. We'll leave you alone.
Yeah, she goes back to just...
Yeah.
What was the name of the dog we had with us?
Lobo.
Lobo.
Direwolf.
Lobo.
That's
I
Justice
bring
Boy.
Lobo over, and I go back to the tent so she can talk with Lobo too.
I mean, she's kind of talking to both of them since they're here together anyway.
I'm gonna give Lobo scratchies.
Yep. And she's like, he really likes that. Lower, he says. Lower. Right under the jaw.
I scratch.
You just see him. It's just like, it's twitching his leg.
I've discovered Lobo's weakness.
Chin scratch. Right underneath, like, the back part of the jawbone, basically. He just loves it there. It's just melting in your hands now. Oh, that's all Callista really wants to do. Who dares message me?
That's the inventory chat.
Oh. Oh, yeah, I see. Well, so yeah, you all have a long rest here at the camp. Yeah, you sleep till morning. Was there anything else you wanted to trade for before heading back out to your own?
My alcohol.
Yeah, you have a full barrel's worth of alcohol. That's fucking 40 liters. Or, no, 40... Let's see, the barrels... Hold on. Adventure gear barrels hold... Or D&D barrels hold 40 gallons of liquid. And they're 4 cubic feet in, like, dimension.
I want to trade the barrel for bows and arrows.
Bows and arrows?
Crossbows, yeah.
Okay.
For the troops.
Yep. Which one? Short bows or long bows?
Kind of want to have them a mixture of both. The good people at archery will get the long bows, and the less good people will get the short bows.
Okay. They give you enough with all the alcohol you're trading in. They give you enough short bows and long bows to equip each of your grunts, including your like specialists, with one each and 2 quivers each.
Nice.
Yeah, so quite a bit, but for them, alcohol, like raw or stronger alcohol, is a bit more valuable to what they do here. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's more to them. It's more valuable. So they give them also 40 gallons worth. Yeah, they give you enough to equip everyone at camp twice, or well, short bow and long bow each, and a quiver for each weapon. So everyone will be equipped with short bow and long bow.
Sweet.
And well, actually, whoever can use what will have that, and whatever's extra would just be like sitting in your resources.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's stop.
Just stick it in resources in the camp thing.
Yeah. I'll just say, ranged. Put it in the grand old base. Where the fuck did I put the sheet? Fan documents. Grand old base. So do this.
Are they gonna send people to scout, or are we scouting?
That's up to you guys. They have a lot of injured that they kind of need to protect.
I look at Thrak.
I'd say we should send someone out.
Who would we send?
I think we should send out Spat, maybe. Not Scream.
Who?
Bat.
Bat? I think it's Spat, and I was like, who the fuck is
No,
that?
Yeah, I heard Spat too.
Yeah, Bat. But not Scream. Scream's got to stay.
Okay. Send Bat out to by himself.
We'll send out Bat with. Maybe Sheldon.
Sheldon, the farmer.
Yeah, we'll send out Lookout and the farmer.
Oh, okay. Bat and Sheldon. Well, that'll be after once you get back to base in your next round of orders you give to them. All right. So, with that, do you head back on the camp?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ragnar has his doggy saddlebags. He looks like a biker wolf now.
Yeah.
Yes. You have your mimic hand axe, which is basically a hand axe with a D4 acid damage to it.
Cool.
Yep. This is just made out of like the natural parts. It's just a D4 acid always.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is also considered a magical weapon, since it's from a magical creature, mimics. So, well, magical in terms of like damage property. It doesn't have like it doesn't have
+1.
Yeah, it doesn't have that. But like anything that would be resistant to non-magical, you just cut through it now.
Basically, like silver to weapon.
Yeah, basically a silver weapon, but it also covers all non-magical resistances. Because silver only covers whichever states in the specific creature's stat block. So you got a mimic hand axe made out of teeth.
Choppers.
Yeah. Calissa has her speak with animals, but mostly speak with doggy ring. And Bjorg, you got a whole bunch of hunting traps that you got. You got a whole bunch of just like piles and piles of bows and arrows slapped into the wagon. And I'm guessing that's it. Nothing else you wanted to do?
Boil some water before we go out.
I mean, you can.
For travel ration water.
I mean, yeah, you can get that boiled in the camp, so you would have your remaining barrel they had. As just extra water for bringing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with everything that you need to do done, you head on back to camp. And let's see, how many days was that? Since you're technically walking with the mount, it's only like 2 to 3 days. So I'm gonna say during your travel back, during your camps that you inevitably have to do, roll me perceptions for your watches.
I'm gonna set my traps around first.
Yep.
And camouflage them.
All right, roll a survival then. Or yeah, you managed to cover them up decently enough. They're just mostly covered in sand.
So,
Yeah.
question about the hand axe.
Geheigen.
It's does it do the slashing damage or does it do just straight acid damage?
It does the hand axe damage and then a D4 of acid on top of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's got the second.
Yeah, it has 2
into
damage
it.
types. Yeah,
'Kay.
which hand axe is D6.
So
I think.
did I do that? Did I do that right?
Roll damage. So 1d6 plus your.
Oops, I didn't put the acid in there. I just did the damage.
Yeah, just a D4 there. So. But
I
yeah,
got acid.
make hand axe. D4.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. Yes, that's scary. You're rolling ones on the acid.
And that's just a hand
Alright.
axe.
Yep.
11 slashing damage with a hand axe.
Yeah. So
Teehee.
let's see. 11. That's the max on the hand axe part.
Yeah.
11 plus a D4 at 4 will be 4, so 15 plus raise, so 17 with a hand axe if you rolled max.
Damn.
That is spooky. Spooky axe. And you have reach because of your long limbs.
Yeah.
So you now have your murder weapon. Okay.
Yeah.
And so yeah, everyone do their perceptions during the night.
Yeah.
Perception.
Oh, there you go. Roll for list plugin. Okay. Yeah, with yourselves a little more armed up and trap set up. Briorg, you manage to get a few dead animals caught in the traps. Not just regular animals, nothing that was really threatening, but they set off it's basically like a bear trap.
Yeah.
And yeah, you got a few little wasteland critters you can add to your food. Or you can just eat them. Or you can just eat them on the way because it's like a couple of days of travel. So
yeah, I'll just eat them on the way.
yeah, your traps ended up catching your
I'll
food.
pull them out and then survival check to like remove their stuff.
They're just like
Cook them over the fire on my like watch,
Mm.
and then reset the trap and
So yeah, you managed to catch enough food to get you through the trip. Callista is going to eat her rations. So,
I'll eat
two.
my rations. 2 rations?
Yeah, but it's about 2 days worth of travel.
Okay.
Oh, and who actually? I'm gonna roll for Ragnar.
2 rations.
I've got extras if he doesn't
All
break
right.
out.
So as you're like cooking up some like lizards and stuff like that you caught, some snakes. Yeah, Ragnar's like he kind of just like wanders over. He's sniffing your food. He has that dog face that they give you when you're sitting at the table eating your supper, and the dog just standing there, just expecting food.
Give me a minute to let it finish cooking, and I'll give you some.
I looked to Lobo. I'm like, right. I should probably feed you too.
I'm gonna roll for Lobo actually. Oh, never mind. He comes back with like what would be considered a battle. Comes back with like a large reptile creature and is dead in his mouth. He just comes back with it like he caught brought home a big old stick. It's a dead animal.
Yeah.
It's a big old reptile, and
Like,
he just starts eating that.
Perfect. Well, so long as he can feed himself.
And Ragnar half a lizard.
Ragnar is actually looking at your food because it smells nicer. Also, when people cook food or having their own food, dog want your food. It's his ale.
Well, I am eating lizard, so I'm giving him half of a
Okay.
lizard.
So you give him some of your food. He just starts chilling on it. And yeah, you make it back to your camp, your base, pretty well enough.
I give him pets on the head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was the orders you gave everyone before you left? I know Sheldon and Twig were working on the farm. It's been a few days. Just gonna roll. See if Calista got any more vegetables. Yeah, she managed to get a few vegetables. She adds that into her side. How much is that?
Didn't you write it down?
Whatever you guys gave the orders.
I mean.
Yeah. We just had the roles kind of figured out. We didn't really give them anything to work on.
Yeah, like, gave them orders. I'm pretty sure you gave them orders.
Yeah, you gave them orders.
Yeah, like stuff to be doing while you're gone. Just can't remember what it was because it was all.
2 people were on watch.
3 people.
Did I put it in Grand Old Base?
All I have are like what their designations are.
No, I think that's
really.
I think that's what it was. You just gave them like their passive jobs throughout the camp.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
That's all we really had.
See, with the equipment that they procured from Kevin's factory, they did start expanding the caves. Hasn't been too long, so they only just like started on it. But they do have like people like each day like working a little bit on making the caves bigger.
Yeah,
it'll take a bit because they're weak little human dudes.
Adorable human dudes.
Yes, precious little scrawny dudes that need to build their muscles. So yeah, they're taking shifts, like expanding the cave, digging tunnels deeper into the mountains. But take them quite some time to get through that. So yeah, I'm looking at here, like the healer is Patch, working at the bar is Tyler and Scream, the maid is Muffy, on lookout is Bat, Mike and Steve, the farm is Twig and Sheldon, plus Callista.
Yep.
Alchemist is Briorg. That's it. And who was it that you were going to have training for blacksmithing?
I think it was Steve.
Steve? All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Steve because I liked his name.
So Steve will be taking his wolf with him because they are partners, and he'll like help him keep safe. And they will be traveling to Dr. Sinsel's place to receive training from their blacksmith.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Let's have Tyler be the woodworker, because I already had him making barrels before, so.
Well, that's why I had him as the bar guy.
Yeah.
But now we can have Scream be in the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's Scream in the bar while Tyler work on woodworking.
I mean, in general, they all kind of do like.
They all contribute to the building the base and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, the construction and building up of everything in the base is kind of like everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
Or whoever is already capable of, like the grunts, they mostly do the construction work, and Wolftris also does that too, with like bringing materials around and stuff. So that happens passively. Like any material they get, they'll reinforce and build. They've already started on expansion, so like stuff like that will happen passively. So you don't really have to assign anyone specific. But okay, so you get back to camp. Feel pretty good. You know, the diplomacy mission with Dr. Sinful's camp went well. You're gonna have a blacksmith in the training. You got lots of potions, like holy crap potions. And what would you like to do?
Well, I'm gonna talk to Bat and Sheldon and see if they're up for the scouting mission for the what was it, Green Boars?
Yes, Green Boar. War Chief Green Boar is the leader of the camp, so says Dr. Senville. And just that the Green Boar tribe is like their clan name.
Which one's the stealthiest of the crew?
Stealthiest?
Awesome.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hold on here. Out of stealth, it will probably be. They're not particularly stealthy.
That's why I kind of figured it didn't matter.
And
Okay, who's the best survivalist of the group?
probably one of the specialists that you got. I would say survivalists. Probably Twig, Patch, and Bat would be the better choices because they all have wisdom.
One of those at least go.
I did.
Yeah,
Bat and Sheldon.
Yeah, Bat was going. Sheldon's going, and technically Sheldon's wolf is going with them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 3 of them. They have a wolf. Wolves are better for scouting.
Yeah.
But stealth, they're not. None of them are particularly good at it. But like survival, living in the wasteland.
The point is just to see what, how many there are, not to actually like sneak into the camp.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hand 3 patches of the boar things to them. Just in case things get dicey, you can pretend to be one of them.
Well, the problem is they're an orc clan, and these guys are scrawny humans and wolf.
And never mind then. Yeah, I thought they were just a group of mishmash bandits.
No, they were an orc clan.
Okay, never mind. I'll keep these then. Don't give yourselves away as killers of them or something.
Yeah, if non-orcs were wearing their ripped off emblems, they would seem like, oh, so you killed our people. Well, we're gonna fucking kill you now and eat you.
Pretty much.
All right. So back at camp. Yeah, everything's going as like you assigned everyone their roles. That they're just keeping up with everything.
Weapons for everyone.
Yeah, you offload the wagon, and everyone's getting like bows and arrows. They take which ones that they're more like capable of using. So everyone's got a bow and arrow of sorts.
You're mandatorily required to practice with these 2 hours a day when you're not on shift.
Well, I mean, we already know how to use most weapons.
Yes, but you gotta get better with the bows.
I mean, we're already good with bows. We just choose crossbows because they hit harder than the short bows.
No more back talking. Get to training.
Probably. Hold on, I'm actually gonna do a roll here to show off how they're better than you. With a natural 20, they draw a picture with not just the crossbows they have, but the bow and arrows you just gave them. They trace out a kind of like you're doing pixel art. Yeah. So on like the outside of the wall, they draw a picture of basically a wolf out of ammo.
You do that 400 feet away, though.
Most of those weapons don't shoot that far.
I know. I want them to train for long distance.
No, I mean, like, shooting. The long range of most of those weapons don't even go past 400.
Okay.
Besides the longbows, but not... the only ones who are capable of doing that are, like, the more fighter-based characters. And they can already shoot way better than any of you guys.
Yeah.
What they needed to train is more... because they're already... Most of them are dex-based besides Bat. So they were training in what they weren't good at, which was, melee weapons. Like more physical strength. Well,
that's what I was training them in.
Yeah. So range weapons they already had covered because they prioritized that as it was. So you're just asking them to train in something that they're already good at and better than most of the leaders at.
Yeah, I'm going to look at Bat and be like, I'm gonna hand him my hand axe, not the mimic one, but my regular one. I'll be like, "Show me how good you are with this."
Okay. He's going to just like hit a piece of wood on the wall or something. With his modifier, that will be a 17.
Perfect.
Yeah. So he like kind of just like over his head, aiming the trajectory, and just chucks it. It has a pretty even, straight shot, spinning across the air, and chop right into the side of the wall.
I'm like, "Good, that's yours now."
Okay. He takes the hand axe out and just equips that to his belt. He has a baseball bat. He has multiple hand axes. He's got a few daggers. He's got like a bunch of like lots of throwable equipment, but his main weapon is like the baseball bat.
Yeah, I'll pat him on the head. Good job.
Please don't do that. Also, like, he tells you, Briorg, is like, I'm already training everyone in things that they're not good at. If you want us to get better, learn how to give orders. You're telling us to do things that we're already exceptional at. If you want us to get better, you have us train in things that we're not good at so we can learn and develop other skills. That's how you teach.
Okay. We also traded for who was it that we were gonna send to blacksmithing?
Steve.
Yeah, blacksmith
Steve.
Right, so I'm gonna
Where
write
is Steve?
down. Yeah, he's just he's basically shooting an arrow, and then his wolf goes over and catches it and brings it back.
Nah.
New way
Cute.
of forge. So Steve in training. There we go. Steve in
We're
training.
sending you over to the camp. The doctor camp. To go train as a blacksmith.
Okay. He's like, so how long will I be gone?
Well, until your training's done.
How long?
Don't worry, the camp will take care of you.
How long will that take?
However long it takes you to learn it.
He's like, you just see like his eyes widen. He's like holding his head, having an existential crisis. Like, I don't know what that is though.
I pat him on the back. I'm like, hopefully you're a fast learner then. Fear is a great motivator. Trust me.
Well, and his wolf comes along with him, kind of gives him like a side nudge, and they basically get packed up with their personal stuff and they head on down.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna look over to Bat and be like, "All right, Bat, I have you and Sheldon. We need you to go scout out the green boars."
Okay. Yeah.
Never get caught. Scout out from afar. Come back and tell us their numbers if you can.
We know. How to
Above all
scout.
else, your safety is what matters, Bat.
We know how to scout. I've gotten these guys to stop drinking so much and sober up.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and from what I've gathered, none of these idiots are like Skid, so we don't have to worry about that blowing our cover.
Perfect.
Excellent.
You will have Sheldon's wolf with you, so feel free to rely on him as well as Sheldon.
All right, so a couple of the wolves are gone, a couple of the grunts are gone, as well as Bat. And everyone else is just kind of doing their thing.
Perfect.
Okay.
I'll take over Bat's place and training whoever's left.
Okay, that'll just be like a passive thing throughout the days.
Yep.
I'll make
And
more
then-
alcohol.
Continue
Yeah,
to
so I'll be
make-
training and helping construction inside the cave, digging it out and whatnot,
let's see here.
and having wonderful sex with the wolf dress.
Where's the thing? All right, so you already know about the bridge going out. Let's see here. You do have like regular people going out to scout the surrounding area just to like, keep your immediate vicinity kind of under watch.
Yep.
I'll go out too once in a while.
Yeah, and
But traps to
yeah, you have traps
for
set
food.
up. So you learn that just like hearing from like some other people traveling, random people that are wandering the waste that are kind of stuck here. A lot of the bandit and outlaw groups are kind of going to war with each other. Yeah.
These random wanderers, can we loot any of them?
I mean, if you want to rob them, yes.
I look at Thrak and I'm like, eh? Eh?
Only if they've done
We're a
something.
bandit group.
Only if they've done something bad, or they are bad people. On that, I don't see myself as a bandit group.
The ones you mostly find are not really bandits. They're just people that are unfortunate enough to get stuck here when the bridge got expanded.
Anyone who wants to join us?
I was gonna say, if anything, I'd be trying to recruit some people.
Most of the people that you meet are just like wasteland wanderers that actually want to get off the continent.
Yeah, they probably won't want to stay.
Yeah, not like regular people that are just misfortune, basically. They just like they've been wandering away, so they hear stuff. And it seems like a lot of the big groups in the whole continent, the whole region, are going to war with each other, trying to basically claim territory, claim spoils, claim loot, and all that. And
do you know? Do they know of any two conflicting forces at the moment?
Roll me a persuasion. Try to get like any specific information. This is mostly you've been hearing like what people hear about, but nothing specific. Unless they.
Who has the best persuasion?
Might be Thrak, honestly. Hold on.
Yeah, I think he's the only one with.
My persuasion is a +5.
There you go.
You do it.
Yeah, I'll persuade him. I'll persuade him to tell us any specific details about the groups and which ones.
Okay.
I'm specifically looking for groups that are fighting so we can take advantage of them.
You managed to actually get a bit of information.
Does that it?
Yep, they rolled a 2.
Okay.
Yeah, these are just random people, so.
Gotcha.
Like think almost commoners that could easily die.
Gotcha.
So you hear about Greenboar. He's actually been attacking a lot of his surrounding area, trying to claim more territory. He's actually taken over a few smaller groups that were near him. They're quite a ways away from you. But yeah, smaller groups, smaller bosses. He's been taking over them. But when I say taken over, he killed most of them, left them with just their leader and a few like scrubs, and took most of their valuables and forced them into like, oh, you now have this outpost of mine, not your base. Yeah, Chief Greenboar is basically a tyrant who's just trying to like become the dominating power in the region.
Gotcha.
Yeah, a few other smaller ones got taken down. A lot of them actually, surprisingly enough, don't want to conquer or go to war. A lot of them actually just want to live in peace. I mean, no government. You don't have to pay taxes. You don't have to deal with any of that, and you can just live in peace without like society breaking you down, having you pay for things that you don't give a shit about. Yeah. That's what you managed to get a hold of.
Okay.
Yeah. For the course of about a week, I want to say.
During that course of the week, can I scout out a bit around here?
You use the arrow thing like this.
One sec. Here and here.
Yeah, I would say roll me a. I would say that'd be more of an. What's better, investigation or perception for you?
Perception by far.
All right, so I'll have you do a perception to see if you like notice things as you're scouting the area. With that. So So just like the Wanderers have mentioned, you do see some large-scale battles, bigger than your group, going on up this way in this general area.
Any leftover battles?
The battles haven't really stopped. They like calm down for a bit, and then like anytime anyone goes like near the battlefield, you usually see another battlefield or another like skirmish about to start. And yeah, the bigger battles are way bigger than your entire group. The skirmishes are about the same size as your group, and that's just a small skirmish. These are like big, almost like small
I know.
armies.
I'm mostly looking for the small pickings after the battle.
Roll me an investigation.
Where is it? There we go.
Yeah, you weren't able to stay on many of the battlefields afterwards, as another skirmish was like starting up, and yeah, the skirmishes alone would be a huge war for you. These are bigger groups, way bigger groups.
All right. I head back and let them know about all the fighting.
Yeah, so basically out in like this general area here, is where a lot of the bigger battles are going on.
Where was it again?
About right around, like, see where these hills are right
Yeah.
here?
Mhm.
Yeah, around this like general area is where these big, huge battles keep going on.
Gotcha. And where was the green boars again?
You haven't found their camp specifically yet, but
Right.
over the course of the week, who was it? Bat, Sheldon, and his wolf, they come back. They look a little roughed up. Bat mentions, well, we couldn't find their camp exactly, but I think I know the general location where they're probably going to be stationed at. We managed to run in a scouting party. We took them out, but yeah, you see, Sheldon, was it?
Yeah, Sheldon.
I'm gonna forget their names, even though I made them. So he's missing an arm.
Oh my god.
Yeah. The great orcs use great axes, so he kind of lost an arm in a fight. It's Bat managed to like save him from bleeding to death, but like he brings him into Patch, and Patch immediately like starts properly treating his injuries. Sheldon has one arm now. He is left-armed. His right arm was chopped off. It sucks because he was a righty.
Well, I guess it's a good thing he's staying a farmer.
Yep. He can't use two-handed weapons of any kind. But he only has one.
Got it.
And when I say chopped off, I'm talking from the shoulder down.
Yep.
Big old great axe just went swinging downwards, and in fact, Bat actually he doesn't know he's not the best at medical stuff. He just like field treatment for immediate wounds. But he brings the arm into Patch, and Patch says that is it's been too long now, and also it's like just the dust and the dirt in the wasteland. It's the nerves are dead.
Yeah.
That he didn't have any ice to put it on. It's all dirty. Like it would probably do more harm to try to reattach this somehow.
Yep.
Now we just need someone who can make prosthetics.
Isn't that what we got certain somebody working on?
Blacksmith?
Yeah.
No, that'll be more mechanical stuff.
Yeah, you need probably a well, not necessarily. It depends. If you want a robotic arm, yes, a tinkerer.
Yeah.
But if you just want a prosthetic to just have as like attached to the stump of the shoulder, and just have a object there to use as like maybe balancing, like he has the arm locked into place, and then like use it to like hoist stuff onto so you can carry around on that side.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So Steve he's learning blacksmithing, so if he learns good, he'd probably make that.
Steven.
Steven.
Right.
All right. So yeah, It's just a scouting party, and one of your guys is fucked up. He's gonna be stuck with just farming now. And Bat's also pretty roughed up, but nothing. He's got a few javelin wounds. When I say javelin wounds, he shows the blood marks on the javelins. He kind of got pierced right through a few times. So he's a little roughed up as well, but he'll live.
Good.
Mm-hmm. He kind of just like after getting treatment, kind of just like goes to his his bed and just kind of just like falls into. He's like, oh, I'm done for a while.
Yep, that's all good.
Rack,
Nah,
come with me.
I go with him.
We go this way for a few days to see if we can loot some battlefields.
You mean like that?
Oh.
Yeah.
You're going this way. It's like, what? You're going back
That
to
way.
your base? That way? Alright. I'm going to have you roll me a perception to see if you notice any skirmishes. Riori, yeah, your dwarf eyes don't see much. You only have your eyes on leftover loot.
Loot.
Rack, you do notice a large-scale battle about to start. But
Gotcha.
actually, Callista will go with you as well, just because, well, Twig can handle the farm alone.
Yeah.
The druid alone could just AoE plant growth.
Yeah.
Ragnar coming?
I mean, yeah, the four of you kind of just go out. You're more capable if something happens, so... And Wolftris can protect the camp.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you go out to skirmish battlefields and Thrak, and see if Callista knows anything. Callista, just keeping an eye out, but Thrak, with your height, you kind of have a better field of view because you can see from a higher standing. Like you can look over the crowd of people. It's like, hey, what's going on over there? I can't see.
What y'all doing?
What you doing over there?
Don't say that.
What's going on? So Thrak, yeah, you notice a fucking huge battle about to happen. Two forces. You see an orc side. That's clearly the larger group. The orcs they're all brute force, brute numbers. And you see, oh god, who are the other groups in that area? You see a
Quick
group...
question.
Oh, what?
Can we track the whereabouts of where the other group came from?
Once the battle is over, which may take a while, you might be able to.
I was gonna ask, while they're doing their battle, can we follow their tracks back to wherever the second, not the Green Boar, but the other group came from, and try and loot them? Their base?
We will see how the battle goes first. Because if they survive and head back, you'll have to deal with them. And they're large enough to go to war, so, you know.
Yeah.
So wait till the battle turns. The other group is coming from the north, though. Like, you see the big marching force. Like, Green Boar is coming from, like, the central area here, somewhere around here. And the other group is coming from the north a bit.
Right.
That's just where you see the marching patterns. The other group, the north group, is mostly like, from what Thrak can see, because you're not noticing any of this. From what Thrak can see, it mostly seems to be like beast people.
Huh.
Yeah. Like, there are some bugbears, there are some, like, kitsunes, there's some, like, wolfmen, like, animal type people.
Yeah.
Tabaxis. And,
Gotcha.
yeah, the battle's going on. Though the orcs are clearly the bigger force, the beastmen are actually, you know, holding their own, and it seems to be a stalemate. You're waiting around most of the day. The battles are happening in waves, so not the full force is going at once. And yeah, you're just like from like a distance watching over like a not a cliff but like a hillside, just over like a sand dune. You're just watching, and yeah, battle's gonna go on for a long time, and they most likely would have more reinforcements afterwards. So if a skirmish or a big battle stops and you go to investigate, you could probably find some like weapons and stuff, but they might also be broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even the scraps we could take back to melt down and trade later.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll do what we
So
can.
say about you're camping out there for probably I'd say about a day and a half watching this battle. It's kind of fun to watch because like you're watching it kind of go back and forth here, and it's like watching TV. Um,
So, I poke Thrak. Who do you think's gonna win?
I think my money's honestly on the animal creatures,
the Beastman,
the beastmen, the
Beastman.
beast tribe.
Okay. Um, so what's Briorg's money on?
No money on anything, but while we're watching, I'm gonna set up traps around us,
So yeah,
just in case somebody,
I'd say reduce a ration for camping out there.
Yeah.
Actually, be 2 rations because you had to walk out there, so be about 2 rations.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And yeah, Callista's kind of just like she gets a tree or not a tree stump, but like a old broken log, drags it over and kind of just sits on it. And she's just watching, like sitting down, just watching the game.
So, Calista, who do you have money on?
I'd say neither,
Ah,
as I don't think any of them are really gonna win.
they're all losing by fighting.
I mean, they could also wipe each other out. If that happens, that kind of works for us, or at the very least become so crippled from their constant war, um, they're not really a threat to us.
I just kind of set up a little tent over top of me. Just the mini ones that we found in the orc cave.
Basically, like
know?
one of the tarp ones that's just like held up by like 2 sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, just like protection from the heat and the sun. Get some shade. And
that's all I could carry for myself. What about you guys?
and Callista's just sitting there. She's she's drinking her water skin. She's just sitting there drinking, watching. It's like, be cool if something like weird happened. Cause like she's just watching the battlefield just become more and more blood soaked. Be interesting if like something weird happened instead of just constant back and forth regular fighting.
A couple T-Rexes roam into the battle.
Yeah.
She's like, well, I'm surprised no monsters have entered. Like, you think, well, no, maybe they got hunted out. Or maybe they're scared off by the large force of people fighting each other.
That could very well just be it.
Now, yeah, she's like really focused on all this fighting.
Thrax used to the fighting.
I just kind of plop Ragnar down in the tarp with me.
I mean, he's kind of just sitting there in the shade, like just laying down, paws out. Kind of gives like that
scratching the scruff of his neck.
He does like that cute dog yawn.
Thrackle chill in a tree.
And after about another day or so goes by, the battlefield seems to, well, the battle itself seems to have subsided, and whatever remaining forces do retreat. Significantly less on both sides. It was a bit of a stalemate, and they both either ran out of stamina or resources. Couldn't quite tell from this distance the specifics, but both forces seem to be retreating. Both groups still have a large number of people, but like a fraction of what they started with.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll probably be calming down for a bit now, just so they can kind of rebuild and prepare from the big battles.
Right.
We'll
Well,
go loot the battlefield if
I was gonna say,
anything's
yeah.
left.
Now's the time to loot.
Yeah.
We'll wait like an hour or so before they leave, or after they leave, though.
Yeah, you do that, and as you arrive there, another group of just random wastelanders, well, from what you can see, is also looting the area.
Hmm.
They're just picking up whatever scraps they can. Seems to
Shoo them away.
I mean, it's really just the common thing for people in the wasteland survive off the scraps. There's more junk here than you could fit in the cave hole. Let's just say that.
Well, what we're gonna do is I'm going to try and intimidate them to make sure they don't get a large chunk of it, or at least we get the first pick of it.
Okay. So roll intimidation.
I'll assist.
All right. Is that with advantage or?
Yeah, that's what assist does.
All right.
Like this big natural 20. Oh my, actually.
Didn't need to assist. You would have got it. But
No, Thrak just kind of gets as high as he can and puffs out his chest and just lets out the most animalistic roar as much as he can. And just
Yeah, you roar like the end of the Lion King, where they're roaring up on Prize Rock. It's just a big, huge roar. The whole group can
we
see it.
first pick.
When you do that, the scrawnier people, I guess you could say, in the group kind of like stop picking up stuff and drop what they're doing. But
yeah,
approaching you is this heavily armored platinum dragonborn in plate mail and really worn out military like sigils on him.
Ooh,
and
do I notice any of the sigils?
A history check.
I'm
Okay.
gonna do that too.
Chew. 8.
13. Briorg, you know that this guy probably was in the Pandora military, high station as well. He seems to be a paladin, probably like a captain or a major, somewhere higher up in the ranks. He comes up to you. He's a little weather worn from the desert. His armor's not as shiny and polished as a paladin's would be, but comes to you. He sheathed his weapon, his big old, like, big-ass hammer, puts his weapon back on his back. It's like, are you scavengers or enemies?
Yeah.
Well, he came up to Briorg, right?
I came to, like, your group, essentially.
Oh.
Don't let Briorg answer that.
Also,
Okay.
it's a history, not an insight.
Yeah.
You didn't know.
Oh, crap. Sorry.
This
still worked out.
Same thing. All right.
I mentioned that Thrak. What I recall about the insignia.
All right. I'll look down. How tall is he?
Shorter than you, but pretty fucking tall. He's taller than Callista by far.
Okay.
Out of everyone you know, he's probably the third tallest, you being the second, and Wolftress being the tallest.
Gotcha. Well, I'll look at him and I'll be like, what's the distinction between enemy and scavenger? At this point, I want this.
Well, scavengers are just trying to find what they can to survive, not make enemies out of everyone they meet. An enemy, well, looks back to the like forces that marched off in different directions. That.
I'll look at the man, a little frustrated with him. The enemy is one that works against me. If you want all of this, or if you even want to have first pick, then you can see me as your enemy. But if you give us first pick, then there's no enemy.
Roll a persuasion with advantage. Like Damon.
It's not too bad.
With his natural 20, roll me a wisdom save.
Oh, not advantage. Wisdom.
Ooh. So he casts command on you and commands you to retreat. And
Okay.
unfortunately, you have to retreat.
Fair enough.
Because you're not Liv, who could just counterspell the fuck out of everything. This guy's a high-ranking
But I don't.
paladin.
One thing though, my intimidation didn't scare him away.
No.
Really? He
Yep.
rolled a high 23. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, he commands, well, specifically Thrak. It's one target. But yeah, Thrak, you feel that well, being magically commanded to retreat, you don't want to fight this guy. This guy alone could wreck or destroy everything you have. Yet he is not trying to fight you.
Got it. Alright, well, since I'm under a spell, I just turn and walk away, I guess.
Yeah, it's like he just like points at you, commands you to retreat. And Callista's like looking at, he's like looking at the Dragonborn, looks at Thrak, looks at the Dragonborn, back and forth. Ragnar's like following her head movements. Like, She's like, Well, see ya. She follows Thrak. Ragnar also follows. What does Briorg do?
I start looting.
All right. What is your AC again?
Oh, he's gonna attack?
He's not trying to make an enemy out of you, but he just commanded your leader to retreat, and you're just wandering off to take first pick. So, what is your AC?
I wasn't demanding first pick like Thrak.
Yeah, but they wanted first pick.
Then I'll leave.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to get attacked by a high-end paladin by myself.
Okay. Well, you just said they are gonna go loot. So you.
Well, I was gonna join them in looting, not demand first pick.
Well,
because they were already picking themselves until Thrak came along.
Yeah. Try to convince him to let you scavenge something. You gotta roll. You gotta roleplay that.
I'll just take off. I'm terrible at that. Then
Okay then.
I can't. I'll fail terribly. Probably get stabbed in the chest or something.
Well, I was gonna say he was about to smite you, but yeah. So you were tempted to go loot, but then you saw Thrak, and everyone's just like, "Yeah, no, fuck this," and leave. So you just scurry on with your little dwarf legs, and him and his people go back to scavenging. So not only do you have large clans, you also have this seemingly ex-military platinum dragonborn paladin scavenging the wasteland for like spoils of, or well, just whatever they can to survive, really.
Was it just him, or were the other scavengers with him?
When he
approached,
it was just him by himself. The others, from a distance, you wouldn't been able to tell. But the guy who approached, yeah, high rank, probably ex-military, considering where he is.
Yeah.
And you reorg with the, let's see, with the history 14. You swear you know him. You're not really sure.
What kind of lizard man was he? Or dragonborn? Sorry?
Dragonborn.
He was a
Platinum.
platinum scale dragonborn, which is like the rarest, like one in a million, basically.
Platinum scale dragonborn
Paladin.
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 I think I know him from somewhere.
Callista, yeah, no, Callista wouldn't be able to know.
Alright.
So yeah, Thrak, after a bit, the command spell, after obeying
You're retreating?
yeah. After a bit you retreat. Everyone seems to be following you, and after that little exchange, you realize you would have died, and probably everyone with you.
Zach's probably very frustrated with his weakness.
Callista is too, because, well, she seems to be frustrated for a different reason.
Insight that.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, whoever wants to. 11 and...
Why?
Well, hold on. She might fail still. Oh my god. She got a 2. So, like, Briorg, like, you're just like, oh man, ex-military. Big guy. And then you just see Callista just, like, seething, angry at something. Thrak, you're pissed off, frustrated that that just happened. And you're taller than him. But
Stupid magics.
Yeah. Well, what you can gather from Callista, though, she seems to be angry. Not so much that she can't go loot things, because she's not particularly materialistic. She doesn't really care.
Thrak didn't care about that. He was more frustrated that he was just swept aside like that.
Mm-hmm.
Without even, like, a fight. Even though
He's just angry. He's very materialistic. It's like all that loot.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's mostly like scraps. So it's not really it's broken material at best.
I know, but it can be turned into something better eventually, and it could have been more stuff towards our base.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, a battlefield doesn't mean they're all going to be broken down. That's why the first pick was important.
Yeah, like it's a matter of like finding what didn't break or get destroyed or exploded.
Mm-hmm. Right? Hence the first pick being so important.
Yeah. But before you gather Callista, she seems to be more personally angry at that guy. But not for like shooing them away or forcing you guys to leave through like magic or intimidation. It's more because you get the sense Callista might be a little bit racist towards dragonborns.
Huh.
That's with the low rolls, like that's about as much as you can get. She doesn't seem to like dragonborns.
I look over and I outright say that. Do you not like dragonborns?
Roll a persuasion to try to get that info out of her. Okay. Oh, there's. She just stays quiet.
Alright, I'm not gonna ask.
Doesn't even look at you when you ask. Does Thrak want to try to get that information out of her, or just gonna ignore it?
He's gonna ignore it. He's too frustrated with his own weakness.
Yeah. Callista seems to be racist.
Yeah.
Anyway, you head back.
That's something they don't like.
So you head on back to base camp, and I think this would be a good spot to end session.
Yeah.
Yes, please, because I gotta wake up early. Forgot to pick up.
Oh yeah, that's right. We gotta pick him up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stop recording here.
All right.